What's shaking? It's Bacon, and life is good. Once again, guys, I am enjoying myself. Everything is going nicely, but it doesn't mean that they're all going perfectly or as planned. Now, I told you guys that February is going to be a great month for me. It just, a lot of things are coming out that I'm anticipating, I was happy about, and I expect to have a lot of fun with them. But one thing that I was really hoping for to have a lot of fun with, that I was looking forward to the most, was the Division beta. And I expected to be in there from the beginning till the end and recording, playing with Vin, but I overlooked a small little detail that made everything else crumble. You had to have pre-ordered the game to get into the beta. Even when I did find that out, I expected, another way to get into the beta besides that. But no, you had to have pre-ordered. And one thing about me is I'm not a pre-order type of guy. I don't like pre-ordering games. I feel like the system with pre-ordering has gotten way too out of hand. Every game that releases has like some type of pre-order bonus or something like that that you can never get again, and they're just over the top too much and don't really make sense to be a pre-order bonus. It just, I don't know, I don't like it. I feel like they're trying too hard to, define their sales. Like, I don't like being tied down with that type of stuff. If I'm interested in a game, I will follow it till the end. I will look it up. I will, look at all the information they give us. But I will never tie myself down to it, make the commitment months ahead of the game actually releasing. That makes no sense to me. It's not like, it's a return on an investment or something like that. Oh, I'm putting down this amount of money and then I'm gonna, resell it or something and get more. No, it's a video game. Pre-ordering solidifies, like, in advance that you are going to purchase this game. That game, you are gonna get it. And I don't know if I'll have the money, like the luxury of money at that time, If I decide to pre-order something way in advance, I may not have money for something else. Or even if I did have the money, honestly, I don't think I would pre-order. I just don't like it. I don't know. I'm just against it. I'm sorry. And that, is trickled down into other games like Storm 4. I've been excited for that game for so long. I got it when it came out, but I did not pre-order. And because I didn't pre-order, I missed out on Boruto, Sarada, Hokage Kakashi, and then like Naruto and Sasuke from the last, their costumes. And like Naruto and Sasuke, those are time exclusive, but Boruto and Sarada and Kakashi Hokage is, never gonna come out. They say I can never purchase that because I didn't decide to pre-order. That's ridiculous. Like, those are actual characters. This is a fighting game. If you want to be taken seriously, how can you lock certain characters to pre-order only? Come on, that is ridiculous. I don't even want to get the DLC at this point. Like, the DLC that they talked about was like the Sound 4 or whatever. Who the hell cares about the Sound 4, my boy? The Sound 4 was like, what, Naruto Part 1? And they weren't even like a real threat. I mean, if like these little genin can bust their ass, then what the hell? Okay, they have cool powers, all right? But they're not, powerhouses. I've never heard anyone say, oh crap, we need the Sound 4. Man, I am asking for Zetsu. That man was a part of the Akatsuki. He's in the war. He's like the main antagonist at the end, kind of, a little bit. I don't know. He's like a Aizen. He was, orchestrating the entire series behind the shadows. But he's not a playable character. What about all the other supports from the old game, like Chojuro? I wanted to play as Chojuro. Where is that man? Nowhere to be found. I don't know. Or Ao, that other Mist Ninja. I love me some Mist Ninjas. But I got off on a tangent about Naruto real fast. Let's go back to the Division. I expected to be able to play that, but I wasn't able to because I didn't pre-order. And does this shift me into, the realm of, okay, I'm gonna pre-order games from now on? No. I do not like pre-ordering games. I'm sorry. Like, the last game that I pre-ordered was Black Ops 3. And the reason why I did that was because the beta was way in advance. It was in the summer, way before the game came out. So, you know, I wanted to try it. I wanted to feel the game. And it's not like they gave us like a little bit of time. They gave us a good amount of time. We got to, you know, experiment with the content and enjoy ourselves. Everybody was in that beta, man. It was dope. And like, that's a real beta. I mean, they had a lot of time. And I'd like to hope that the Division is more complex than a Call of Duty. Like the Call of Duty system, the formula has remained the same for, you know, the majority of their games. So they're just, you know, making minor tweaks. The Division is a totally new IP. So that little window between the beta and launch for them is kind of minuscule. I mean, if they find problems, I'm sure they'll be able to fix the majority of them, but I don't feel like they'll be able to fix all of them with that amount of time. It's just too small of a time gap. I feel like trying to sell your beta though is pretty cheap. I feel like a beta should be open to as many people as possible because you are trying to widen your audience. With the Division, it's a new IP. People aren't sure if this is the game for them yet. So for them to have to pre-order the game, you know, make that contract, sign in blood, okay, I'm gonna buy this game in the future, but not knowing how it actually runs and performs, and we don't even know about that end game content, if it's gonna be, you know, if it's gonna live up to that hype or just keep the hype train going, keep us playing, I guess. So for you to have to sign in blood that you're gonna get that game before you even get to experience it is messed up. It is a new IP and they're treating themselves like they're, you know, they're the new kings in town. Like they're just gonna, you know, stomp out all the competition, which is good. It is great to have that kind of confidence in your projects because that just shows that your product has some value to it. But man, the beta should have been open. Should have been an open beta so that as many people as possible could have, you know, flood into there, make a mess, and then the devs would be able to, you know, clean it up and make it proper for when the game actually releases. But even so, they didn't give themselves enough time, I don't think, to be able to combat every issue. And I think that that is a variable that you cannot exactly predict. You can of course foresee a couple of problems occurring, but players will demolish. They will break down your game to like the simplest level and manipulate it, or, you know, just exploit some glitches, discover glitches, things like that. So you can never exactly know how it's all gonna result. So I feel like they should have given themselves more time. And yes, I understand it's a business, so there's some corporate, you know, puppetry in there, but man, a delay is not good for sales. People do not like being delayed. They don't like being denied. So I expect delays when they do things like this. When the beta and the launch is this close, of course some problems are going to arise, and maybe you aren't able to fix those problems in time and then you delay the game. That will piss people off, especially the people who pre-order. And that's another thing. Yo, when your game is delayed after you pre-ordered, you are sick. The amount of times that Mighty Number 9 has been delayed. If I had pre-ordered that game, I'd be so upset, man. Oh, dude. I remember there were people who pre-ordered GTA 5 way before it released, like years before, because they kept pushing it back. Oh my God, that had to have been the worst ordeal. And that just shows pre-orders, they show you pretty stuff. They say, oh, you're gonna get this that other people aren't gonna have, and they try to, you know, play off of the vanity or, you know, the collectivism, I guess, is that even a word, of certain players. Players like to have fancy stuff. It's like a fashion show a lot of the time. They like to have things that other people don't have so that they can feel superior in a way. A lot of games, you know, play off of that. Oh yeah, and I also want to say Plants vs. Zombie Garden Warfare 2 is 12 days away, and I am hype. I am ready for that game because it looks like a ton of fun. And yeah, I'm still going to play that on the channel. And I'm going to bring my boy Vin on there. I also plan to bring some other people here and there, sprinkle them in. to all the content that I do, you know, just to have more people to, you know, generate the fun, my boys, my friends, whatever. And if you guys are interested in playing any of the games that I'm interested in, hit me up. Of course we're gonna play together. Let's go. But yeah, that's everything I had to say. Pre-orders suck. Garden Warfare is gonna be dope. I'm hoping the Division's gonna be dope. And pre-orders suck once again. Hope you guys will like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I will catch you in the next one.
Firebreak needs UAV support. Kill. Burned it to the ground.